But put your hands together, please, now for the Chief Executive Officer of McLaren Automotive, Michael Leiters, who's going to join me on the stage. Mike, to give us a bit of the McLaren story, I suppose, because it's not actually, or that's actually quite a recent part of your whole business.
So McLaren as a brand exists since 60 years, and we have a huge heritage in racing, and the automotive part is actually quite young. So it's 13 years. Younger than Tesla, so it's quite a startup yet, still. And what we have achieved really huge things. The brand is perceived as a benchmark in the supercar segment. Our cars are recognized as benchmarks in the supercar segment. So I think after 13 years is a big achievement the organization and the team in Woking has done.
A big achievement that goes where now? Because there are challenges, aren't there, for smaller companies in this space. How do you see things now, and how do you see the things that get you, that keep your success continuing into the future for a company structured as yours is?
So definitely there are challenges if you are a small company, but I always see challenges also as an opportunity. Being a small company means also that you are more agile, you're more compact. We know, I would say, all our customers very well, so we can tailor our offer and our products exactly to the customers. So this is definitely a huge advantage we have as a small manufacturer. On the other hand side, we have to manage a huge transformation. As I said, we are still young and we want to grow. And then there's a transformation of decarbonization and electrification. And definitely we are open to discuss with partners, with technology partners, how we can manage that. And that's an important point. But we would never do anything which is compromising our brand, what is compromising our product. That's very important. Whatever we are discussing to partner, that can't be on the table.
So where is the EV? When does it come?
So we have proven in the past that we are capable to innovate our products. We have this P1. We have been the first with a hybrid, high-performance ultimate car. We have done the Speedtail. We have done the Artura. So we are capable to innovate. So we are not scared by innovating and also doing electrification. That's for sure. But we have a strategy regarding our motor propulsion, which has three elements. The first one is maintain internal combustion engines as a niche. This is very, very important for us, not only for the heritage. We think also in the future it's like a watch, right? So there will be a market for that. Very selective, probably limited offer to that. The second is grow hybrid. We believe that hybrid is in the supercar segment the solution for the next 5 to 7 years. We believe that our fleet, and we have planned that our fleet will have around 90% of hybrid cars in the future. And then prepare for EV. We have to prepare for that. And we want to, because there's a huge opportunity also in this technology. So the performance is incredible, but there are some elements that are not mature yet to introduce this technology into the supercar segment. So for us, the most important one is weight. And this technology weighs too much today. The second one is residual values. Residual values is for our business model super important. It's for every car maker, it's important. But for it's, let me say, even more important. And then, because our cars will be held by customers for 10, 15, 20 years, right? So you have to know what is happening to the battery. And then one point, which is, and I would like to point with you today on especially this on this focus, which is not considered enough in that, especially for UK, is where's the supply chain? Where is the technology chain to provide this know-how, this excellence to the market?
Right.
We are not there today.
So what needs to happen then in the UK for this technology to be able to be produced here?
So I think we have to invest heavily in the whole value chain and especially in the supply chain, because suppliers are one of the biggest enabler for innovation. It's not only the OEM, it's also the OEM, but the supplier has a big part of it. And if you look in other areas, regions of the world, if you look to Europe, there's a Green Deal. They're investing 270 billion euro in the transformation, not only for the automotive industry, but also if you look to the United States, 370 billion US dollar for the Inflation Reduction Act. So these are huge investments, and we have to catch up to that. And we have to find a way to invest in the supply chain. We are investing, we have the act with 2 billion, which is a lot of money, but consider I have spoken with a supplier in Germany, and he will receive funding as a single supplier of several hundreds of millions of euros to invest in transformation and decarbonization. Okay, and the whole industry here in UK will get 2 billion. So I think there's a lot to do to invest much more heavily. If we would switch, let me give you another number. If we would switch from today to tomorrow on our powertrain hybrid, on our hybrid powertrain, which we have on the Artura, from today of tomorrow. Today we have a local content out of the UK, 65%. If we switch it tomorrow and we would do that in EV, it would be 15%. It can't be our goal, right? To go somewhere else to buy these technologies without controlling them in this country.
It's fascinating. I mean, drill down a bit, if you would, on what it is that refines the UK's competitive advantage in those areas.
So, if I can build on that, listen, we here in UK, it's strange that I say that as a German, right? But we in UK, I believe strongly in that. We are, let me say, the pinnacle of high performance cars. All the Formula One teams, not all, but the majority is in this country. If you look at the UK industry, automotive industry, which are, let me say, origin car makers from UK. They are all at least premium, Jaguar Land Rover, or luxury, and they are playing a major part of them in the high performance world. So I think we have to understand that, and we have to invest exactly in this direction. And for me, this is, let me say, it's a golden opportunity to create a center of excellence for high performance powertrain technologies in UK. And we have to invest in that. And I'm not saying that because obviously I have also a personal interest in that. But if you look how innovation went in the past, there are many, many examples where innovation took place with small volume manufacturers, with high performance applications. Why are all these companies in the Formula One? Because they want to transfer the technology, the know-how they generate in this racing experience, in this high performance environment, and they want to transfer that to their volumes, their mass volume they are producing. And we are working with huge suppliers, some of the biggest in the world, and they are coming to us, working with us, and we have 3,000 units per year. Why do they do that? Because they are telling us, you ask questions today, that all the other mass manufacturers will ask in 3 to 5 years. So that's important. So that is the reason why it's so sensible and worthwhile to invest in this segment. And we can't compete with the Chinese investment, with the European investment. We have to invest in exactly the right segment, exactly the right, let me say niche, maybe it's a wrong word, it's a negative maybe, but we have to focus and invest there, and then we can scale it to all the market. And I strongly believe that that is a success model, and this will lead the UK not recovering the transformation, but in front of the transformation, and the leading nation and the leading industry nation in this transformation.
We're going to talk a little bit about rules of origin, and we've had a package of support for the industry recently. What's your view about the delivery of a proper working supply chain here in the UK?
So again, I think rules of origin is a huge challenge for the industry, and we have. I said it before regarding the Artura powertrain. Today, it's not ready to do that. We have to invest heavily in that. 10% tariffs would apply if you don't match these requirements. Yeah. This is a huge disadvantage, especially for British companies, because it's a deal between Europe and the UK. You can imagine that the European market is a little bit bigger than the UK market. So especially for companies like us, who is exporting to Europe, this is asymmetric, and it's not good for us. So again, if we don't have the supply chain here, we have to source it outside UK, sometimes also outside Europe, and this will be a disadvantage, a competitive disadvantage for us, which we want to avoid.
We're having a little election here in the UK, as you know.
Yeah, I heard about it. Yeah.
There is some chance that there'll be a new government of a different political stripe. Only some chance. We don't know the result. If they were here, this new government, what would you say to them? What's the big ask? What's the sort of central ask from?
I think that in general, decarbonization is super important for our society, and we shouldn't discuss yes or no. We have to do that, right? For me, the key question is the speed and the timing. And this is a big technology transformation. This is about innovation, and timing for innovation is super important. If you are too early, you can fail. If you are too late, you can fail. So let's find the sweet spot to do it. And I think to define that, we have to have a very open discussion about 3 elements. The first one is regulation. And I think sometimes, especially in our industry, regulation is seen as something negative, but I'm not seeing it like that. So regulation is for protect the consumer, and there have been many innovations driven by regulation. If you think about all the things around safety, this is something very positive, and we should be open to have a discussion on that. But it has to be a technology open discussion. And then it comes to us, to the industry. We have to deliver these technologies, and that's our job. We have to be very honest, we have to be very scientific, and we have to explain that very good to regulators. So if we have this discussion and this conversation, I'm very positive about finding the right moment when we need the transformation and what is the speed of the transformation. But there's a third element, and this is the most important one, and this is the customer. We can't do that without the customer, right? So we have to have a convincing product. We will never beat low-cost countries. We will never beat the Chinese with low-price products, Me Too products. we have to define and we have to know how to do the better product. We're taking price premiums in luxury and premium industry. Okay, so we have to justify and explain our customers what is the reason for this price premium. So we have to have the best technology. Okay, but the customer probably needs some time, and we have to have the right attributes on our products to convince the customer. And we can't force the customer by regulation or political discussions. We as an industry, together with the boundary conditions given by the politics, we have to deliver the best products. And then the customer will buy that. And this is a discussion we have to have with the government, that they understand our situation, we understand their situation. And if there is trust between the parties and it's a fact-based conversation, I'm very confident that we will find a good solution for the customer, for the industry, and for the people in this country.
That is a great way to kick off our conference. Michael Leiters, round of applause, please, for Michael.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Michael. Thanks.